What are you guys doing here? Well, have you? We might as well test out the new Vivo X200 and X200 Pro. Let's find out what the cameras can do. Now, shout out already to the Vivo X200 Pro. I've been using it to, of course, travel towards this destination, which is 4-hour drive, and it still has 61%, and I've already been shooting quite a bit. Battery life so far has been really good, so shout out to that straight away from the get-go when it comes to this travel. That's good. Now, I've discovered this new mode. Of course, Vivo did tell me that beforehand, but I've been using it a little bit and actually really like it. It's landscape mode, and during shots like these, shots come out a little bit different in terms of processing, and I actually really like it when looking at that landscape mode. You can use your normal focal lengths, but the processing is just a little bit different, and it makes shots like this look really nice. I love it. And for those wondering, yes, the X200 also comes with this new landscape mode. And again, the processing is really nice. Yes, you can zoom in 10 times, but definitely when it comes to the zoom in, it's not the same level as, of course, the X200 Pro. With that being said, it's still quite capable. We'll show some shots in this video, of course, to showcase what this is capable of, just like the X200 Pro. Anyway, let's continue. Now, what is also nice about the landscape mode, you have different versions of it. Let me just focus on it. So you have here, right here, you can see like different kind of atmospheres. I would say often use softer atmosphere. I don't really have much with this version. Neither do I have Cyberpunk, neither do I have whatever that is. For me, it stays more the natural side, so soft or atmospheric. I would always go for atmosphere myself. Well, almost always. Soft depends a little bit on the situation itself. Hopefully the camera stayed in focus, but soft is, I wouldn't use it that often. I would use atmosphere more myself than I would use soft. Okay, so I see some birds right there, seagulls and whatnot. I'm gonna try to walk onto them and hopefully they fly away. Can get those waves in the background with the birds itself, potentially, hopefully, maybe. But seeing how I already got closer, they moved away quite a bit faster than I would like to, but we're gonna try it. I'm not gonna take this camera there because then maybe they jump away faster and then having to put down the camera when it's a little bit hard to do. So let's try. Now, the plan here with this shot is to set it up where I can use the reflection that you see right there and create like a really nice composition from the shot itself with both of them, of course, and see how it comes out. Hopefully you hear me because it is quite windy and my hands are freezing, you know, all for the shot. Landscape mode being used naturally. Right. See. Ultra wide really works well here as well in this kind of shot. I think even better. This is one of the few times where I think ultra wide makes sense. So what I really want to capture here is the waves itself and then the reflection that you get towards that and the foam that the waves create. I can think of a really nice shot in my head and we'll see if I can capture it. I'm gonna use Pro mode and then afterwards edit it a little bit to make that shot look a little bit better and just more to my liking. Unless I don't need to, we'll see. Maybe I don't even need to. You guys pay attention to my camera, right? That it stays safe. Thank you. I'm not gonna get you closer because else the camera gets potentially wet because the sand is shifting and I don't want it to fall. Hopefully no clip 2 seconds later that it falls. Chip back. feet are getting wet. Oh, that's cold. Oh. That's cold. That's cold. Oh, my feet. Just give me a second. I'm moving the camera further away because I'm being chased by water. Being attacked by water again. My feet are bloody cold. Hopefully you can hear me, but just wanted to use this as well so you can see what the front facing camera looks like on, of course, the new Vivo X200 Pro. There aren't a lot of shots here currently because, of course, a lot of it depends on the clouds. I'm gonna go up there for a little bit, see what we can get there. But down here it's pretty much run its case. Tried using reflection and so on to see what I can create in terms of shots. And for me, it's never been about the amount of shots that I can take, but the experience of it and the results that I get from the shots that I have taken. Not the amount necessarily. But yeah, we're gonna see if we can get some shots up there and get a different kind of view in between. Might make a bit of a shot of that a little bit more. But we'll see. So shooting so far with the new Vivo X200 and X200 Pro, I really like the new landscape mode a lot, especially in these situations. Sure, there are some situations where I would say it processes a little bit off, but that's mainly if it's not really landscape. So then I wouldn't use it. But when it comes to the landscape mode and using it in these situations, it's really good. Hopefully you can properly hear me because it is quite windy and my hands are freezing. You know, gotta get the shots. I quickly see another shot opportunity. It's basically capturing that right there. I don't know, I'm pointing but you're not seeing it, but just gonna have to sit low and take the shot itself. I will showcase the result. What I can do here is create like a silhouette effect, I guess. That's the best way to describe it, of the rocks itself here. Probably a top shot, but I can also use it as a depth of field to create like a shot that has more depth to the shot itself. Ooh, I actually like this. Okay, we're doing this. So what I'm doing is use this rock as a blurred foreground, so you get some depth and you focus your eyes on the subject before it. But what really helps this shot is the little pond of water that is captured here. That's really beneficial who are like that. Okay, that's a nice shot actually. Maybe I don't even need that. Okay, so now thank you. Maybe I don't need that. Could create. Okay. Now let's do landscape mode again. Ooh, I like that. Okay. That looks really good. Now, some of you might have noticed there weren't a lot of shot opportunities and sadly no sunset at that location. So we're now going to a second location, Open Air Museum, who hasn't seen it yet, to shoot some different situations. So you can see a bit more on what this camera is capable of. Sadly I only have 2 hands, but I'm gonna try something and create a light reflection with a different phone on here, and then use macro photography to create like a shot that gets really cool blur because of that as well. So we're gonna try to get this angle, shoot on that while shooting the raindrop in macro and see what we get out of it. When it comes to macro photography like this, do note that you also have manual focus right there. You can also change your aperture, of course. Like you can make it weak or you can make it quite strong, but when it comes to that manual focus, that's just so much easier to then afterwards, get the focus point where you want it to be. So I'll put it then at the lowest, naturally, and then just get to the position where I can take the shot itself. Now what I've noticed when using the X200 and the X200 Pro is that when zooming in, the X200 Pro definitely isn't as stable as the X200 Pro. It's fine, but in situations where you're doing macro, for instance, I also noticed it. It's not as stable in terms of like movement, small adjustments. So in that it's a little bit harder to do the things that you want to compared to the X200 Pro, which is actually really good at that. But something that I've noticed and wanted to let you guys know. Now, as you just saw, the Vivo X200 Pro supports log video recording 4K 60 frames per second. So I think with the X100 Ultra it was 30 frames per second. that's a huge benefit because you can slow it down afterwards, make it more cinematic, and that's why I would use log video recording if I would ever do that, especially for just YouTube videos. The X200 doesn't have that, but the X200 Pro does. You have Pro mode, but it just doesn't have log video recording. And actually both the Vivo X200 and the X200 Pro will have their own separate video showcasing the camera capabilities. This is more of like a first impression for both of them, and then we'll do a separate video showcasing the prowess of both of them when it comes to the camera, but also discussing a little bit about battery life and so on. So these are my first impressions, naturally, of the Vivo X200 and X200 Pro. And so far I really like what we get in terms of experience. We're gonna have to test it out more though to give a full experience, a showdown of what the camera is capable of. Because simply put, right now, of course, there is a limited situation that I have dealt with. So I cannot give you a full story about how capable the cameras are. That being said, so far my impression is that the processing is a little bit better in terms of the look and feel of the shot itself when it comes to the Vivo X200 Pro compared to, for instance, the X100 Ultra, a device that I named Phone of the Year, simply because of the capabilities overall of the phone itself being above others. That being said, I'm very curious what that processing does in a lot of different situations and how I would like the result when it comes to the camera. But so far, I am impressed. Now, stay tuned. I'm gonna make a video on both of them separate to showcase the capabilities of both of them and have a focus on both of them. Of course, comparisons will come as well, but they take quite a bit of time to edit. Just like the drive to France took me quite a bit of time. 8 hours for a few shots. Damn. So hopefully you enjoyed those shots. And if you did, don't forget to like. This video can use the help for driving that long. Although it could have been worse, I've been to Switzerland once to test out the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, and well, we know how that one ended. Either way, hope you enjoyed this video on, of course, the Vivo X200 and X200 Pro. Also, I want to shout out my members. Thank you very much for the support. I really do appreciate it, especially for a channel size like mine. I do appreciate the support that you guys are giving me. Even if you don't support it via that, you still support it via watching, by subscribing and so on. And we're almost reaching 15,000 subscribers this year. So hopefully we get that by the end of the year. And of course, if you aren't subscribed yet and you want to help me get to that number and then 20k afterwards, don't forget to subscribe, like and everything. And talk to you guys in the next.